Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, classmates. I am Ashwini Torre, your reporter for today. Our topic is about population characteristics. But before we proceed to our proper discussion, let's read first the learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to define what is population characteristics, identify population term like population size, population density, migration, age structure, mortality, and natality. Explain the effects of rapid population growth on people and the environment, and compare different views about population growth and solutions. What is population characteristics? Population characteristics are the different features or traits of a group of people living in a place. These include things like how many people live there, population size, how close together they live, population density, how many move from one place to another, migration, how many people die, mortality, how many babies are born, natality, and how old they are, age structure. So when we say population characteristic, it means help us learn more about the people in a town, city, or country. For example, if many people are young, more schools may be needed. If many are old, more hospitals and care services might be important. If too many people live in one place, it can get crowded. These characteristics help us leaders plan better for housing, food, jobs, healthcare, and education. They show us how people live and how to make life better for everyone. And now we will discuss about the 6 population characteristics. So first is the population size. First is the population size. Population size refers to the total number of people living in a particular area or region at a specific time. It tells us how many individuals make up the population of a town, city, county, or even the entire world. It is an important characteristic because it helps the government and organizations know how many people need services like food, water, housing, school, hospitals, and jobs. It means knowing the population size helps in proper planning. A bigger population might need more schools, hospitals, or housing. A small population may not need as many resources. It helps the community grow in the right way. If a town has 10,000 people living in it, then the population size is that town is 10,000. Second is population density. Population density is the number of people living in a specific area of land, usually measured per square kilometer or mile. It shows how crowded or spacious a place is. Places with high population density are more crowded, like cities. Places with low population density have fewer people living in a large area, like mountains or farms. This helps planners understand where there is too many crowding or where there is room to grow. High density may lead to traffic, population, or housing problems. Low density may means more land is available, but fewer services are nearby. If 1,000 people live in a 1 square kilometer, the population density is 1,000 people kilometer. Third is migration. Migration means the movement of people from one place to another to live, work, or study. It can happen within a country from province to city, or from one country to another. People may migrate because of job opportunities, education, safety, or better living conditions. So when we say migration, it means changes the population size in both the place people live, population decrease, and then place they go, population increase. It can also affect culture, economy, and the need for housing and services in those areas. Example, a student moves from a small town to a big city to attend college. That is an example of internal migration. Fourth is age structure. Age structures refers to the distribution or number of people in a different age groups in a population. It tells us how many are children 0 to 14 years, working adults 15 to 64 years, and elderly 65 years and above. It helps understand the needs of different age groups. So when we say age structure, it is important for planning. A population with many children will need more schools, while a population with many elderly will need more healthcare. It also shows if the population is young or aging. For example, in a city, 30% are children, 60% are working age adults, and 10% are elderly. This is an example of cities' age structure. Fifth is mortality or death rate. Mortality rate refers to the number of deaths in a population during a certain period, usually in 1 year. It helps measure how healthy a population is and how good the healthcare system is. It is often measured per 1,000 people. When we say high mortality, it may show that there are healthy problems, poor living conditions, or lack of access to hospitals. A lower mortality rate usually means people are living healthier and longer lives. For example, if 50 people out of 1,000 dies in a year, the mortality rate is 50 per 1,000 people. In addition, there are places that facing mortality or death rate like Lesotho, Chad, Central African Republic, Sub-Saharan Africa, and South Asia. Sixth and last population characteristic is natality or the birth rate. Natality or birth rate is the number of births in a population during a certain time period, usually in 1 year. It helps us know how fast a population is growing. A high birth rate means more babies are born, and a low birth rate means fewer babies are born. So, birth rate affects how fast a population grows. High birth rates might lead to more demand for schools, food, and healthcare. Low birth rate might mean fewer workers in the future. Example, if 100 babies are born in a town of 1,000 people in 1 year, the natality rate is 100 per 1,000 people. In addition, there are places that have high natality or birth rate, like Niger, Chad, DR Congo, Sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, Middle East, and North Africa.